Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. The 2025 American Cruiser is a declaration, not just a motorcycle. It's a revival of that raw, unfiltered freedom the open road has always promised, but with the modern touches that today's riders expect. This isn't just another steel and chrome behemoth meant to echo an aging heritage, it's a carefully engineered piece of Americana that bridges the past and the future. The name alone, American Cruiser, evokes everything from long stretches of Route 66 to the thunderous cadence of V-twins rumbling through canyon highways. But underneath its nostalgic skin lies something far more refined, far more intentional. Swing a leg over the saddle and the first thing you'll notice is how the bike welcomes you in. At 27.1 inches, the seat height is low and confidence-inspiring, inviting riders of all sizes to plant their feet firmly. The seat itself is plush yet supportive, a two-piece leather affair with optional heated inserts for those early spring or late fall rides. The tank is broad and muscular, 5.2 gallons in capacity, sculpted with subtle grooves and a satin-brushed finish. It sits like a piece of functional art between your knees, flanked by chromed steel tank guards that shimmer in daylight. Fire up the engine and you're immediately immersed in a soundscape of deep, throaty notes that only an American V-twin can produce. The heart of the American Cruiser is a newly refined 1890 cubic centimeters V-twin engine, air and oil-cooled, with electronic fuel injection, variable valve timing, and a 6-speed transmission that has been meticulously geared for smooth torque delivery. At idle, the engine lope feels almost ceremonial, pulsing like a heartbeat. Twist the throttle and that pulse becomes a roar, 108 horsepower at 4,900 RPM and a colossal 126 lb-ft of torque at just 2,900 RPM. That torque curve is broad and flat, giving you immediate, linear power whether you're cruising through town in second or pulling hard on an open interstate in sixth. What sets the 2025 iteration apart is how seamlessly it blends brute force with civilized control. American Cruiser engineers have introduced a ride-by-wire throttle system, bringing with it 3 distinct ride modes: Tour, Sport, and Custom. In Tour mode, the throttle response is smoothed out for long-distance comfort, paired with a softened rear suspension and a slightly muted exhaust note. Sport mode dials everything up, the throttle sharpens, engine braking becomes more pronounced, and the electronically adjustable rear monoshock tightens for a firmer, more aggressive ride. Custom mode lets you mix and match those characteristics through a clean, intuitive interface on the new 5.5-inch TFT display mounted just above the triple clamp. That display is a major leap for the cruiser segment. It's full-color, sunlight-readable, and offers Bluetooth connectivity, turn-by-turn navigation, real-time tire pressure monitoring, and even a lean angle indicator. While these features are often reserved for sport or adventure bikes, the American Cruiser proves that long-haul riders want and deserve tech too. All controls are backlit, tactile, and thoughtfully laid out. Even the turn signals self-cancel intelligently based on speed and lean angle. Let's talk about design, because this is where the American Cruiser walks a fine line and absolutely nails it. From a distance, it carries that unmistakable silhouette, long wheelbase, low stance, and a substantial presence. The rake is set at 31 degrees, with a 6.1-inch trail and a wheelbase of 66.8 inches, which gives it stability without turning it into a parking lot nightmare. Up front, you've got a 19-inch cast aluminum wheel wrapped in a Dunlop D404 tire, with twin 4-piston calipers biting down on 300mm discs. In the rear, a beefy 16-inch tire handles traction, with a single 320mm rotor managed by a twin-piston setup. ABS is standard and beautifully calibrated. Never intrusive, but always there when you need it. The frame is a new double cradle steel setup that's been optimized for strength without unnecessary weight. And speaking of weight, the American Cruiser tips the scales at 765 pounds wet, heavy, yes, but surprisingly manageable thanks to a low center of gravity and refined mass centralization. The exhaust system is a work of acoustic and visual engineering, twin shotgun pipes that angle slightly upward, finished in brushed nickel with optional blacked-out tips for those who want a darker aesthetic. The heat shielding is double-layered and effective, even in traffic. Ergonomically, the bike leans into that laid-back cruiser feel with mid-mounted controls, wide swept-back handlebars, and a relaxed knee bend that doesn't punish you after a few hours on the road. But don't be fooled, this is not a couch on wheels. The suspension is a mix of traditional and modern, with 49mm show of forks up front, 4.3 inches of travel. And a fully adjustable monoshock in the rear with preload and damping controls easily accessible under the seat. Whether you're carving through mountain passes or navigating the uneven surfaces of city streets, the damping is consistently responsive without being harsh. Where things get really interesting is in the finish options and customization. The American Cruiser is offered in 4 factory color schemes: Classic Black Metallic, Patriot Blue Pearl, Vintage Copper, and Ironclad Gray. Each version features unique trim accents, brushed chrome, gloss black, or bronze anodized details depending on the palette. More than 60 official accessories are available at launch, from performance exhausts and luggage systems to ape hanger handlebars and custom LED lighting kits. Riders can also opt for a 2-up touring package that adds a backrest, extended pillion, and hard saddlebags with integrated turn signals and remote locking. The lighting is all LED, of course, but not just functional. Stylized. The headlight is a vertically stacked quad beam projector with a daytime halo, flanked by small, tasteful running lights. The taillight is integrated into the rear fender, and it pulsates under heavy braking for added visibility. Turn signals are sequential and self-dimming, lending a modern touch to the otherwise classic vibe. So how does it ride? In a word, balanced. The throttle is smooth but authoritative, with enough punch to overtake effortlessly at highway speeds without needing to downshift. The gearbox is slick, with a positive engagement that feels satisfying. Neutral is easy to find, and clutch pull is lighter than expected thanks to a hydraulic assist system. Vibration is present. This is a big twin, after all, but it's well damped and never intrusive. Cruising at 75 miles per hour, the bike settles into a mellow rhythm around 2,800 RPM, and wind buffeting is minimal thanks to the optional short screen. And if you're wondering about fuel efficiency, the American Cruiser returns an impressive 43 miles per gallon combined, giving it a real-world range of over 220 miles on a full tank. Maintenance intervals are generous too, with oil changes every 6,000 miles and valve inspections only required at 18,000 miles. The drivetrain is belt-driven, which keeps noise and maintenance to a minimum, a detail purists and commuters alike will appreciate. Now, let's talk numbers. The base model of the 2025 American Cruiser comes in at $18,499. Add the touring package and a custom color option, and you're looking at around $21,200 fully loaded. That puts it squarely in competition with the likes of Harley's Softail Standard or Indian's Chief, but with a stronger tech suite and arguably better road manners. And yes, it's built right here in the USA, in a new facility that emphasizes sustainable production and domestic sourcing. What makes the 2025 American Cruiser stand out, ultimately, isn't any one spec. It's the way all those elements come together to form a machine that feels purposeful, soulful, and enduring. It doesn't scream rebellion, it whispers confidence. It doesn't chase trends, it defines a lane of its own. Whether you're a seasoned rider looking for your next mile eater, or someone stepping into the world of cruisers for the first time, this bike doesn't just deserve your attention, it demands it. The 2025 American Cruiser isn't trying to be everything to everyone. It's unapologetically a cruiser, but one that understands the rider of today. It respects the heritage of American motorcycling while boldly embracing the future, both in performance and in design. For those who ride not just for the destination but for the sensation, this is more than a motorcycle. This is the road, the sky, the soundtrack of freedom, distilled into steel and chrome. Is there a particular angle you'd like to highlight more deeply, like customization or long-distance comfort, for your video narration?